Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Robert Kelly, aka the Dude, aka the King of Zoom. Thanks for checking out the Caliper and Kelly YouTube page. We hope you like what we're putting up there. Make sure you go to patreon.com/Robert Kelly and sign up over there, because every week we put a show, an extra show. Friday show, only Patreon. And we also have the JO party on Saturday night, only Patreon. That means you, all the fans, get to come into a Zoom and hang out with us and all the other ladybugs. And it's a blast. So we also let you watch all the shows live. YKWD live, all the Caliper and Kelly's live, unedited, all go on the Patreon. And you also get the 10-minute extra YKWD every week goes on there, along with Live from the Shed, one-on-ones, Tech Talk with Bobby and Friends. There's so much content up there. And you know what? It's all for what? A price of a cup of coffee. $5 get you in the door. And you're going to love it. So make sure you go over there, patreon.com/Robert Kelly. And here's another little thing I want you to do. If you like this content we're putting up, subscribe and like. That's it. Just hit the little button, subscribe, so you know when we got a new show out, and then like it so we know you like what we're doing. Okay? That's it. Patreon.com/Robert Kelly. Subscribe and like. Now, enjoy the show. Yeah, baby. We're starting the podcast right now. We're back. You know what, dude? Live. Welcome, everybody, to the show. YKWD. I started social media and podcasting. The fact. The YKWD podcast. YKWD's back again. Old school, back in the day, where it all started, before them all. YKWD. This podcast is so fun and crazy. It has no rules. Shut up. You're ruining this.
Where's the bandana, man?
Sorry, it's a comedy podcast. This isn't NPR.
That's what this podcast does.
Is there any better show? This is the original. Oh, we've been mushed right out of the gate. We got mushed because he played the wrong video. Hi, Mushy.
Hey, Bobby, how's it going?
If you don't get mushed, it's going to be a bad show. That's all I'm saying. So this is going to be a great show because we got mushed the second it started. Tell us what's happening, Mush.
Well, we have an awesome guest today. We have Erik Griffin on from the Riffin with Griffin podcast, Workaholics. So happy to have him on today.
Yeah, unfucking believable. One of my favorite people that I don't really know, but I do know.
Yeah, I know what you mean. You know what it's like? It's because when you do comedy, it's like you work at a super Walmart, and like I see you over in produce, but I'm over in the, the fashion area, and then we like see each other in the break room.
Why do I have to be in produce and you're in fashion? That's all in that scenario.
I'm right. You're at the bakery.
All right, the point I was getting at, Erik.
Are you like a butcher? Actually, you'd be in the meat department.
They don't have a butcher at a Walmart, do they?
I'm sure they do at Walmart. Super Walmart. Yeah, at a big Walmart in some little town where it's the biggest thing in town. Of course, they got a butcher.
I thought that meat came in with the bikes.
No, dude. Walmart is just like Facebook. Whatever someone else is doing, they're gonna take it and try to do it better. They're gonna buy it, or if they don't sell, if people don't sell it, then they're gonna do it.
Well, I wish they'd start doing massage parlors. How great would that be? Go and get a nice hot stoop and hamburger.
What? I would not be surprised if there isn't a Walmart out there where they have massages going on.
Yeah, a nice 80-20 fat hamburger meat and a hand job. It's so funny. When you go to Walmarts out in like Texas or in the, southern places, they always have some dude in the parking lot cooking meat like a barbecue. And
well, people tailgate in those towns to go to Walmart. You know what I mean? Like before the sales start, they're in the parking lot.
I went to one. The guy was just like, "Yeah, dude, I got a deer. I killed a deer last week, and I think that's elk." That's what he said. I think that's elk.
I didn't know what a super Walmart meant. I just thought, okay, this is a big store until I was in like Montana, and this was the biggest thing in town. Like they sold everything there.
Yeah,
like
here's the thing, and I don't know, maybe I'll never, I feel like, and I don't know if you can relate to this. I feel like I'll never be famous. I was never meant to be truly famous
Mhm.
because I go to Walmart and I feel at home. I'm like, I love everything here. I want to buy the jackets, the shirts, the hats, everything they have. I'm like, this is perfect. I
just
buy it
can't-
all.
I just can't be in a place where you could buy underwear on one aisle and then one aisle over grapes. You know what I mean? I just don't like that. You know, Rob, I got to tell you, with these glasses, you look like a hipster Lex Luthor. I really like this. You know
Thank
what I
you
mean?
very much. I appreciate it. I
You know?
thought something else was coming, but
No. I really like this. You're like
I gotta say this,
you're like
dude,
you're a hip Lex Luthor. I like this.
you lost a lot of weight, dude.
Yeah, I'm down about 25, 26 pounds. Quarantine's been good to me.
Yeah, you got this beard going now. You look very and your shoulders are kind of jacked. Are you working out or something? You look. Last time I saw you, were a little rounder.
Yeah, I was.
You were both
You
a
can
little
say
rounder.
you can say fat.
Okay, you were fat as fuck last time I saw you. And I thought you were gonna die. Me and you were both gonna fight wherever we were. I was like, oh, one of us is grabbing our chest this weekend.
Yeah, man.
And you look good, dude. You look great.
Well, you know, part of the problem, I mean, not to bring the podcast down to a screeching emotional halt, but like, so my mom has dementia, you know, and so when you read about and find out like how these things come about, you know, it's about inflammation, cholesterol, vitamin deficiency. There's all these things that will lead down a path to that. And I said, well, damn, if my mom has dementia at 78 years old, 79 years old, I'm like, hey, I gotta get. I don't want to. I need to do everything I can possibly do to make sure that it doesn't happen because of things that I'm doing. So,
So Mush, let's start the show. Introduce who do we got today?
Unbelievable.
Listen, man, I hear you. I'm 50. I just turned 50, and in December I was in Aruba with my kid. And I'm looking around and I'm like, I'm fucking obese. I'm done. I couldn't fit we rented this 4-wheeler. At one point, we almost got hit by a car because my stomach wouldn't let the wheel turn. my belly button hernia kept getting caught on the wheel.
It wouldn't let it turn. Are you could just drive by doing like this?
It was fucking terrifying. And I was out of breath. And we did all this shit that I've been doing for years in Aruba. I've been going there for 20 years. And this year I was like, oh, I'm not able to do this. I got a 7-year-old and he's going to have to, I mean, he's probably, if I pass away, he'll probably wind up with a way better dad. I mean, my chick will find a fireman or a plumber or some in shape construction worker in a month and a half. But
that's how I feel too about my chick. I was like, you know what? I made a promise. I said, because I'm now engaged too, by the way. And I was like, and I was like, oh, my goal is to like go on our honeymoon and I could have my shirt off and not be embarrassed. So
I remember there's photos on the wall from me and her in Aruba and me shirtless and looking fantastic. And I've had to wear that fucking stupid sun shirt. You know, the one that it's protecting me from the sun.
No, it's protecting onlookers from.
It's protecting me from getting rolled back into the ocean. It's nothing on that. All right. No, it was a whale joke. All right.
We got it. I think we're just letting it go. You know what I mean? We're just.
I thought you had a thing you wanted to whip up there.
You mean bold statement?
Dude, I relate. It's just, it's time. It sucks that I feel like this happens with everybody though. At like 30s and 40s, something happens. It happens with a lot of people, not everybody. I hate when I say everybody, but and then all of a sudden you get happy and you meet somebody and you start pounding on the weight. And then you're like around 50 or something in your late 40s, you're like, I'm done. I'm out. It's time to get back into shape. It's time to get my stuff together. And because what is it, 25 more years maybe I have on the planet? Planet?
That's what I said, dude. I felt the same way because I think what happens is you get into late 40s and things happen, like things that used to happen fast happen super slow, and things that used to happen slow happen fast. So what I mean by that is like, I'm talking about half a donut and I'll put on 16 pounds, like just out of nowhere, you just think like, I'm good this week. And the next thing you know, your stomach is hurting and you're like, what am I doing? So it's like, you start feeling old fast, and things start to affect you. But then if you have a person in your life that you really care about, and you're like, then you start thinking about other than, because as a comic, we're so selfish and self-absorbed. And then when you get someone in your life, and in your case, you have kids, that's when we start to go, oh, this isn't just for me. You're saying to yourself, I want to be on a beach in Aruba with my kid for 10 more years and not feel like I have to be, carried around in a freaking.
Yes.
So I totally
it is true. And plus there's more shit you have to do now. Like back in my 20s and early 30s, I didn't really have to be physical. It was more I wanted to be fun, stupid shit, picking up a game of basketball, rollerblading, all that shit. I have to be physical now. I have to go in the backyard. I have to move shit, pick shit up, rake shit, do things. And I know I hire people for certain things, but I got to do this shit. And I have a 7-year-old. He wants to fucking play. He doesn't give a fuck that my toes tingle when I get up in the morning. He doesn't care about my plantar fasciitis.
Yeah.
He doesn't come on, daddy. Let's go.
I was going to say, keep going. I'm sure there's some more ailments, just.
Yes,
he doesn't care about my leaky gut. He doesn't care about my.
I do have a leaky gut.
It's like 10 minutes later. We're like, Jesus, Bob.
Yeah, it's I think I do have a leaky gut. I don't know what that is,
but I'm for sure you have a leaky gut.
What's a leaky gut?
Well, it's like when you eat certain types of food, it's what keeps your stomach fat. And I'm finding out about these things. I'm going to these like preventative medicine health places now. So I don't just like, it's like a Western thing is to go to the doctor when you're sick. But there are medical places you can go to help you prevent from getting sick, help you keep healthy. So I'm going to those kind of places right now where they go like, okay, so you need to take this stomach stuff and stop. I took a food sensitivity test and it blew my mind.
You're not going to like a place where like a Guatemalan lady pulls a chicken liver out of your fucking stomach, right?
No. I'm not going to those kind of places. But hey, you do what you got to do at our age, No, but yeah, there's leaky gut. I love this. We're all producers on the fly. But so there are, there are things you could do like, so now I'm taking like amino acids and I'm taking like fish oil tablets. I'm taking my vitamin. Like I didn't realize I took like a baseline blood test and I found out that I was vitamin D deficient. And you'd be surprised, like half the country is vitamin D deficient and you don't realize that you are and how it affects you. So I'm taking vitamin D and everything. My nails started growing better. My hair was looking luscious. Sorry. And
listen,
so
man, listen.
So I'm just saying there's a lot of
I start taking vitamin D and my hair doesn't get delicious, I'm going to be mad at you.
Well, but it also helps with your mood. I mean, there's just a lot of things that we don't know.
What's wrong with my mood?
Yeah, you've been vitamin D deficient for a long time. No, but there's a lot of different things that you could.
Let me ask you a question. Are you still in LA?
Yeah. I was born and raised in LA. I'm not leaving LA because like these people that are left LA, they came to LA because they wanted to be whatever. And then now they're like realizing that it's not going to happen here now. So it's like, why not be someplace else where the taxes are lower and cost of living is cheaper?
So you're staying. You're not leaving.
No, I'm not leaving. I'm staying in LA.
I hope they all leave and it comes back and you're the only one there and you get everything.
Yeah, who you telling? This business is so weird anyway. So you just got to pivot wherever you can, and that's what happened to me with this stupid pandemic. I just I switched into gaming. Which you can see me daily on Twitch on Erik Griffin Gaming.
Why don't I have Why don't I have this type of stuff, bro?
So catch me on Erik Griffin Gaming on Twitch daily. You know what I mean? And
what is that?
I game, so I play Call of Duty, and the kids watch me and they cheer me on, and I got
You
like
make money?
14,000. Yeah.
What are you talking about? Mush, why am I doing this podcasting shit when I can be playing video games in the shed and making money with teenagers?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Sounds weird, but listen.
Yeah.
But you have to pivot in whatever way you can. So podcasting became huge for like a lot of people, especially some of the larger LA comics. They went into podcasting, and we realized that, hey, we're our own entity, our own studio, our own thing. We don't really need Hollywood. It was paying sitcom money to these guys, and even more, So then they're like, so why be in LA when you could do your sitcom from you could do your podcast from anywhere.
I mean, look, I pivoted. Luckily, my number one best friend, Mike Calta, who he was like, let's do this. We've been wanting to work together for a long time, and this just made it righteous. So we do a show Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and the jerk off party on Saturday, which definitely pivoted. But it's, I love video games. I would love to fucking imagine playing a video. How many days do you have to play though?
Listen, I play every day, because I have subscribers. So that's how you keep them engaged and interested. You got to just keep doing it, So
you play every single day. How many subscribers do you have?
On Erik Griffin Gaming.
Why don't I have a spinny thing?
So you get it's like, there's guys, just to put it in perspective, like that kid Ninja, I don't know if you know who that is, but he's the biggest streamer in the world. You know what I mean? He makes $500,000 a month.
A month?
Yeah, just to put it in. Yeah, a month. Like,
what am I doing?
Like, gaming is it's I was gonna say huger, if that's a word, but it is. It's huger than comedy for sure.
We're not checking that.
Gaming is like, because these people the gaming world is crazy. They're just continuously watching. Every single day, people are watching from work. They just have it on their phone, and they're on for hours. That's the guy Ninja. He's a phenomenon, man. He's just, and there's a lot of people like that. Nick Merckx, this guy Swag. There's like hundreds of these guys that have a large subscriber base. Can
I back up for a second? Do you understand? I was gaming on a fucking Dell back in the day, Soldier of Fortune. Okay. And then well, dude, I'm talking before they had Xbox. I was gaming. Okay. I invented the clan, the Gays, GAAAYS. Okay. The Gays were huge. I was ranked 23 in the world on Call of Duty.
Well,
at one point.
I don't know what you're doing. I don't know why you're not getting back into it.
What did I do?
I honestly don't understand. It's so simple. Like,
my wife,
you're a producer guy, right? He'll he'll get you involved,
and then
you'll have one of these.
I want a flippy thing. What else do you got?
That's it. I just got when this gets to be too much, I'm just gonna put this on the screen. This is a nightmare. Because I'm doing it right from my streaming program, but I'm just saying. So, just to get back to it, it was just like because I don't know how you felt, but when stand up just completely stopped, I was depressed, because I was like, what am I now? Like, I'm doing this 7 nights a week. Like, what? Even if just half the time for pleasure, not even for money. Just and then, like, what am I going to do with my life? How am I going to get my thoughts out? How am I going to get I don't know. And then so I had to really feel like, oh, I guess I'm more than this. I'm a personality. I'm Erik Griffin. And then how can I parlay that into other things? Besides that. And then the podcast too, I was sick of doing it, because I was like, why am I doing this podcast? Because this is supposed to help me sell tickets, and there's no tickets to be sold. So what am I doing this for? So I had all these thoughts, so I'm back on track now, because you can also catch me on Riffin with Griffin. I don't have a spinny thing for that, but I will. I should.
I'm so glad.
But
regular guy when Riffin with Griffin.
But you can also, Instagram and Twitter at Erik Griffin.
Usually we do this stuff towards the end, but I mean,
Yeah. Oh, you went to my website, my crazy. My website, which is shit. I got to work.
My
on my
producer
website.
has never promoted me this much on my own show. He really likes you. He likes you a lot. You understand that? If he doesn't like you, he would have just been pulling up your website right now. Now, so it is true that all these people are leaving LA, and it seems like Rogan's trying to get people to move, trying to make that Austin thing the new spot. Is that what I'm feeling?
It's not going to last. It's easy for someone that has $300 million to live wherever they want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's easy for somebody who like he's not a regular human being anymore. Like it's totally fine for him to have 10 houses and in 10 different places and be like, oh, this is home and that's home. Yeah, great.
Right.
And then he's got enough money to like he can fly his guests in if he wants. Hey, come in, stay on my ranch. You're gonna eat elk for we're gonna it's a whole experience he's having, so it's fine.
Yeah.
But everyone else, like it's like, okay, you can move into Austin for what? Is your family there? Like what do you got going on? I think these people are making a huge mistake, and unless you go someplace where you want to like plant some roots, okay. But if you're just gonna go, you're gonna be there, and for sure after a while you're gonna be like, what the hell am I doing in
it
Tennessee,
seems to me that people are leaving
Boston or wherever.
People are leaving though, not because it's a bunch of shit. It's the taxes, the business is dead. There's no reason to be in California. Auditions are done through digital means now. You can be anywhere in the world on your iPhone. You don't need to be out in LA to do audition. There's no more pilot season, really. And the homelessness is fucking outrageous. They're just living outside now. It's probably only going to get worse. Venice Beach is done.
But that's where for everywhere that there's warm weather, the homeless problem is bad. It's not just California.
Yeah, but it's becoming acceptable to have encampments, and people are like, why am I paying this much money?
Yeah, I know.
To have this house or this apartment, which is the highest rent in the country, is LA, and have a guy hypodermic needles in my backyard and a fucking tent behind my house with a guy shitting in my back driveway. What am I doing? Why am I living here? Let me go somewhere else. There's nothing.
Well, that's an unfair depiction because it's not like that everywhere. But at the same time, I do understand what you're saying. There's like every freeway you drive by, the underpass, it's like a new neighborhood and stuff, and it's just like it is a sad situation. But like
I don't think they're fixing it though.
Yeah, but I don't think we're fixing it anywhere, and it's just like so it's like you can move away and be like, I don't want to see the problem, but there's like the homeless situation is going on everywhere, especially during the warm weather. Like like New York, for instance, like that comment we just saw. I can't stand New York. That place stinks. I'm talking about it stinks. It smells like human shit in New York City. You walk around, and by the way, and you can you go, oh, that's somebody has some Chinese food off 82nd, and you know what I mean? Like that's how distinctly that place. It just stinks. So like during the summer months, it's just like I'm like, why would anyone want to live here with all these people on top of you all the time, and it smells like shit? So like every place has a problem.
People are leaving here now too, though. People are leaving New York and LA to go to other places that are cheaper to live. Because you don't have to be. If those clubs aren't open, why are you there? If the cellar's not open, why are you there? If the store's not open, what the fuck are you doing?
Wait, for comedy? I don't know what those comics in New York are doing, because the difference between New York and LA is all those mediocre comics in New York, they actually can make a living doing comedy, going to like, 8 spots a night at all these little places that are open and making $15, $10, $20. I mean, that's the thing about New York that's different from LA. You can't make a living as a comedian in LA. So I think a lot of people were getting by. What are they doing now? And then
I'll tell you what they're doing. Wait a minute. I'll tell you what they're doing. They're collecting unemployment and making way more money than I've ever made doing stand-up. And they're still doing those little sneaky spots for no money. but this, so it's actually great to be a stand-up, a mediocre stand-up in New York right now, because you don't have any overhead. You're probably paying $500, $600, $800 a month for rent. You're making $600 a week on unemployment, and everything's under the table.
It's gonna dry up though.
It might be.
Unemployment's already ended. But
money. No, they actually just gave more money, Mush. To New York
I don't
City.
know, man. Well, New York,
I'm
saying, but even still, man, why would you, like, you're in New York and it's about to start getting cold. I'm not eating on a New York side. First of all, just eating on sidewalks in the first place is like, go fuck yourself. You know what I mean? Like, like I'm in LA, so I'm driving down Beverly Hills, man. I'm driving to Beverly Hills, off Santa Monica. You drive by Beverly Hills, and then I'm looking at these fancy, like, crustaceans. There's a super fancy restaurant, and they got people sitting on the sidewalk. They got plants out there to try to make it look good, and I'm like, are you kidding me? It's like, so, like, but this is LA. The weather's nice. Like, what is going to happen? Because one thing I know about New York, it seems to me like 80% of the businesses are restaurants. When you're walking down the street, it's like pizza place, Thai place, Chinese place, Indian place, Jamaican food, all these different restaurants. What's going to happen in these cold months? So I don't know. I
don't know, dude. I don't fucking know what's going to happen. It's a good point. I think that, it was fun for the summer having these little outdoor places, and it was kind of very much like Montreal or, Canada, the way they just did that. But you're right. I mean, either they're going to enclose them and
what, are you going to have heat lamps?
I don't know.
Listen, we should be safe. Everybody wear a mask and all that, but at a certain point, we're getting to, like, where these two worlds are starting to collide, like, where people need to make livings and we need the economy to thrive. And then this thing about people getting sick, these things are going to collide, and one of them is going to win, and the other one, what's going to happen, man? I just don't know what is going on, dude. I was talking about this on my podcast. I'm looking at these numbers, like these graphs. I went to John Hopkins' website because they have a good COVID tracker. Because I don't know who you could trust with this information anyway.
Exactly.
But you look at the graphs, right? So here's a graph, like, of California. So when it first started, we had this huge spike, and then it went down. And then now it's still sort of rising because it's higher than when it started, right? But you look at these graphs. So I looked at California's graph, and then I looked at Florida's graph, for instance. They look exactly the same. But Florida has been open this whole time.
Right.
So when I see that,
I have a show there in 2 weeks.
But when I see a state that has been open most of the time, versus a state that's been mostly closed, and if they have the same looking graph, what are we doing?
I know. But if you say that, people are going to assume you're voting for Trump.
No, I'm voting for that. It doesn't even matter. But I don't care about that. I'm talking about, like, my business is shut down. There are restaurants here in California that have been open for 100 years that are going out of business forever.
Absolutely.
There's like, this is going to have a long lasting effect. And I'm saying it's like, the way we're reacting, it's as if the death rate is at 50% or 20%.
I had a fight with somebody. I had a fight with a friend of mine Saturday. He's like, yeah, dude, the numbers are going up. I'm like, yeah, but how many people are dying? That's all that matters to me. Because if the numbers go up, that means more people got tested. They had it. But if 10 people die from that, that happens. But it's not. It doesn't mean we're fucked. Everybody's dying. When everybody's dying.
Right. That's what I'm saying too. Like, when you look at the death toll and you go, look, we don't want anyone to die, by the way. But, like, how is this death toll compared to the regular death toll of the people that die from the flu every single year?
Right.
You know what I mean?
You know why though, Eric? It's politicized right now.
Oh, dude, I saw this great pod. I hate to cut you out because you're gonna like this. I saw this post on Instagram, and it said there isn't a COVID problem with the homeless because they don't have televisions.
That's funny. It's true. It's politicized, man. This whole thing is to scare the shit out of people one way or the other. Yeah. You know what I mean? And you're right. You go to Florida, they've been open. I was there. We're there 100% open. I mean, 100%.
And the thing too is that you would think that, okay, so I understand when we first started, we had to shut down because they weren't sure how this was going to spread and how it was going to affect the hospital system, which is important. You know, so they said, okay, we got to shut this down in case, because we can't, if 1 million people get sick at once, what are we going to do? They didn't know how to deal with it. They thought they needed ventilators. They thought all these things they didn't know. So here we are now. The hospitals are not overrun. Okay.
Right.
Like, and if they were, trust me, the liberal media would be outside. You know, CNN will be outside every hospital going, people can't even get in because of all the COVID cases.
Right.
That is not the case.
So what are we doing?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's my point. Is like, what are we doing? I don't know.
Why
I'm not saying
can't
not be safe? By the way, I'm not saying not be safe. I'm not.
I
saying,
understand.
you know, we should all wear masks. We should all like have social distancing. But why is our economy shut down like this?
Why? But why can you have this business and that business open and not a comedy club?
Bro,
and why? I mean, why can't we do it safe?
Bro, they're opening theme parks. Get the fuck out of here, man.
What's up? You know what, dude? What's happened? I'm very excited to announce HelloFresh is where you can get fresh, pre-measured ingredients and mouthwatering recipes in America's #1 meal kit. HelloFresh lets you skip trips to the grocery store and makes home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. HelloFresh saves you time, money, and stress. Convenient delivery right to your doorstep with easy-to-follow recipes. They've got simple steps and even pictures to help guide you. Plus, HelloFresh can save you 40% versus shopping at your local grocery store. They send everything pre-portioned, so you're not overbuying food. That's good for the planet and your wallet, and you don't have to worry about the packaging. HelloFresh uses recyclable and already recycled materials. Thank you. Take out the stress of the meal planning and grocery trips. Let them do it for you. Enjoy cooking, finally, and get dinner on the table quicker. Delicious and nutritious variety. They've got so many options. Every week, it gets you like these recipes. You know what it does? It gets you out of the recipe rut, trying new things. There's something for everyone, including low calories, vegetarian, even kid-friendly recipes. Over 90% of their ingredients are sourced directly from growers to ensure the freshest recipes get to your door. Okay. I used it. They sent me some. Okay. I used it. My wife cooked it. She said it was so easy to make, and the food was knock them out of the ballpark awesome. Tasted great. It was healthy. I could eat it and not worry of what was in it, and I loved it. My son loved it. My wife loved it, and you're going to love it. Okay? Go to HelloFresh.com/dude90 and use code dude90 to get $90 off, including free shipping. That's $90 off and free shipping. Look, I love it. You'll love it. Save time, money, and stress. Dude, come on, dude. Do it. Eat fresh. That's HelloFresh.com/dude90. Promo code dude90. What's up, everybody? You know, I've loved this sponsor for a long time, and I'm so glad they came back on board now before the holiday season, because I can't tell you what an awesome gift this is. You probably heard me talk about them, Brooklinen. You know, I've talked about it a bunch of times. They're the home of the internet's favorite sheets, but now they got towels, and they're amazing. I have them. I bought them. I got the sheets, you know that, but now I got the towels. They give your daily routine just a little something extra, and variety. They got it. It's not just one towel. You can get different levels of plushness. I love that word, plushness. Plush. Don't you love plush, things that are plush? All right. The towel of your dream awaits you just to wrap up like a big hug when you come out of a shower. And with all the extra time at home, you know, it might be nice to invest in a little extra softness and absorbency, you know? Here's the deal. I love these towels. They're fluffy. They're big. I've been looking for ways to turn my bathroom. I'm big on my bathroom. I got the bench. I got the 5 shower heads. But if you don't have the right towels, it stinks. You come out, you get those thin towels. My wife left a beach towel once. Ugh, a beach towel. Thin. It was just silly. It had dumb, stupid logos on it. Not with Brooklinen. These are unbelievable. Okay. And you get out of the shower, you wrap one of these around you, you're going to feel fantastic. Okay. They're plush. They're big, cozy, warm. Believe me, it's the perfect way to just make your home a beautiful little spa and make you feel wonderful, right? So when you get out of the shower, that's amazing. You're going to feel great. I'm telling you right now, I'd use these towels as blankets on the couch. I would. I actually, last week, I took one, I put it on the bed, and I kind of just put it over my legs. That's how soft and comfortable they are. You got to get one of these towels, and it's a great gift. It's a fantastic gift for Christmas. You're always thinking of, what can I get my sister? What do you get your uncle? What do you get? Look, you got to get your wife something crazy, right? Some ring or some jewelry, but you can get a towel. She'll lose her mind that you thought of her like that. You can get the people in your life, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, get them some awesome towels. They'll be like, what, a towel? And then they're going to be like, thank you. They're going to call you. I guarantee it. Towel. Go to Brooklinen. It's the perfect place to find all the comforts of home, including ultra soft towels. They're so confident in their product. Every single one comes with a lifetime warranty. There's a lifetime warranty on a towel. Use promo code WhatDude to get 10% off your first order at Brooklinen. That's brooklinen.com. Promo code WhatDude. Brooklinen. Everything you need to live your most comfortable life. What's going on, everybody? I want to tell you about my new sponsor, Caliper CBD. What's great about CBD, you guys probably already know, is everybody tells you it helps you feel better without a drastic change to your routine. I love it because it helps with my soreness, stress, calms me out a little bit. You know what I mean? The benefits are just unbelievable, all right? But the droplets, I can do without. I hate putting it on my tongue. How many drops did I do? How many you're supposed to do? I feel like a lab rat doing that crap, and it just stinks. So, and I want you to check this out. Caliper. It's a better way to consume CBD. Okay. Unlike CBD oils, Caliper CBD powder is completely tasteless. You can put it in any food. You can put it in your coffee, your sports drink, whatever you want. There's no weird taste, no oily residue in your mouth after under your tongue. You don't have to sit there like a moron for 20 seconds, let it dissolve. I don't know what that is. All right, it's precisely 20 milligrams in each packet of Caliper CBD. No, you never have to question about how much CBD you're taking. Each packet, 20 milligrams. I love it. I've taken it, and it helps me so much. Just, relax. And it's good because it goes in your drink. I put it in my coffee, and I don't taste it. I put it in my water, and I don't have to worry about it. Rediscover your best self with this CBD product. It's clinically proven to be superior than CBD oil. Your body's mostly water. Water and oil don't mix. Okay, CBD oil, it's no different. All right, it's clinically proven that you absorb 450% more CBD oil with Caliper powder compared to tincture. I don't even know what that word is. Isn't that what is that? I don't even listen, it doesn't matter. Anytime I see 450%, not 10%, 20, 30, when you hear a percentage and it's more, you want it in the hundreds. This is 450% more CBD with Caliper. Bang. That's all you need to know. That's crazy. And Caliper gives you all the benefits of CBD in just 15 minutes. You don't have to wait, an hour or whatever the heck. I don't even know how long those took. It's twice as fast as CBD oil. Caliper CBD comes in an affordable 30 and 60 count packs. Individual packs give you the benefit of CBD wherever you want to go. I take them on the plane, put them in my bag. I have them in all 3 of my bags that I go, so I always have them with me. Unlike other products out there, Caliper is completely THC free. That means I can take it. I don't mess with drugs. Everybody's worried. Is it a drug? No, there's nothing in it. You can take it. If you're clean, if you don't want to use drugs, if you want nothing to do with that, this you can take. It's all goodness of CBD with no high, all natural, no GMOs, no GMO ingredients, no fillers, added chemicals, or artificial flavors. Right now, you, my fans, dude, what are you telling me, dude? I can do CBD without dropping it under my tongue? I don't have to rub it in my elbow like an old lady? No. Caliper CBD right now, 20% off your first order. Use promo code YKWD and try Caliper right now at caliper.com/YKWD. Caliper.com/YKWD. You can try Caliper risk-free for 30 days. If you don't love it, right, they'll give you a full refund. That's incredible. That's caliper.com/YKWD. Don't forget to use the promo code YKWD. Dude, what is it? YKWD. One more time, YKWD for 20% off your first order. Go now. Check it out. Feel better.
So that tells me that, like, so don't, you know what? Let me tell you something else, man. Then we're ranting about this. Don't talk to me about health and safety and McDonald's is still open. Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck you. All right.
Yeah.
Like all these people out here, especially the liberal side, they're always like, the masks and you should wear masks and we need to be safe and we need to look. Okay. So, but you don't care about that McDonald's has been killing people for 100 years. You don't care that, like, so
yes.
if we're gonna talk about health, if we're gonna talk about health and safety, then let's talk about health and safety. Let's look at heart disease and all these kinds of things that we can prevent. We ain't shutting the fucking economy down for that.
Nope. How many people die from obesity, from fucking trans fat, from all the fucking fast food shit, Coca-Cola? How many people lose feet? And you're gonna open up a fucking theme park and with things that were created to make people throw up, and that's gonna be fine.
Don't even get me started. Ice cream, nobody would care.
You know what the problem is, and it's so politicized, right? And it's like, especially the liberal side, the conservative side. You know, oops, sorry. What's that? Sorry. The liberal side is like, obesity is liberals' global warming. Okay, because 99% of scientists say obesity is a killer. But these fucks want to be like, no, feel good about you. You know, you should
absolutely.
No. Yeah. So what I'm saying is, like, if we're going to talk about health and safety, then let's talk about health and safety. And it just, to me, it feels like we're not really talking about health and safety. We're just this is some kind of weird thing, man.
This pandemic was perfect for the left. The far left, because it's like now we get to fucking use this to say these guys suck. We're going to save you. Now it's life or death. It's life or death. When in reality, there's fucking things like food, corn syrup, cornstarch, Doritos, all this bullshit that they stick down our kids' mouths at a young age. Cereals. Are you out of your mind? Fucking cereal.
I know, a bowl of candy.
They're addicted to it. When I was a kid, you got candy once or twice a year. You got candy at Halloween, and you got ribbon candy at your aunt's house.
At the same time, though, it started in our generation. Though they used to have commercials for sugar, CNH, pure cane sugar.
But it was sugar. It was actually sugar, not fucking corn syrup, cornstarch, corn fructose, which is poison. They don't allow it in Europe.
I'm just saying, if you want to talk about health, if you want to talk about, then let's have a conversation about health beyond, like, we should be telling people wear masks instead of putting hamburgers in your mouth. Okay.
Yes.
Like, wear masks instead of drinking sugar. Like, if you want to talk about what's good for our health, then let's really talk about what's good for our health. But because I'm just getting, because I'm really getting tired of all this.
It's very important. It's very important to me and my wife. Meals. Like, my wife cooks meals, breakfast, lunch, and we sit down as a family to have dinner. If I'm home, we're sitting at the table with nothing, and we're going to eat dinner together. And it's a home cooked meal, and hopefully, good, healthy food. Once in a while, we'll fuck off. You know what I mean? But I hang out with other people's kids, and it's literally garbage. They fucking give them garbage all day long.
You should
And
say
then
other families instead of just their kids, Bobby.
What's that?
You should say you hang out with other families instead of just their kids.
Yeah, it does sound a little weird.
Well, he made it weird. You gamers make it weird because you fucking make
Here we go. Listen, if you pulled up to a school in a van looking the way you look, let me tell you something.
First of all,
everyone's gonna think you have the best candy, Bobby.
I'm gonna talk about candy.
All right, both of you fucking Spaniatos, back off. Okay, I know you're bonding over some horse shit, and I don't like it. All right. Second of all, I don't like it. You look like fucking Mush's uncle.
Hey, that's what it is, man.
We work together in San Antonio, and we do look like we're related. So,
San Antonio. Ugh.
This is my thing. Ready?
Club,
Ready?
man.
I can swoop my lower thirds up. Yeah, stick it. I can't see it.
Wow, you look really old when you do that.
Yeah, stick it.
You know what we're finding out about these comedy clubs, man? They're just buildings. That's what they're.
That's very. You know what? I fucking. Goddamn, Eric, you're making me sick today because you're on point. You really are just a smart young man. Well, old, but listen, you're absolutely right. That was I couldn't put my finger on it, but you just laid it out righteous.
Yeah,
they're
just
doing
buildings.
comedy everywhere. I did a comedy show in a baseball stadium Saturday night. Man. Just as fun, just as funny. You need a mic. That's the one thing about comics that they forget is we only need a crowd and a microphone.
Yeah,
so,
we've been making it out like they're the important thing, and you know, like they're controlling everything. And it's like, nah, man. When we come out of this, they're gonna need us more than we need them.
And we don't need to do 6 shows, by the way.
Yeah, like what are you doing, man?
We actually learned that we only need to really do 1 and sell all those tickets to 1 show, and then go to another town, and you'll make way more money.
Well, they need to. Well, I mean, I get why they do that. I mean, they got to keep it. They got to keep their business open. They got to pay these stupid rents that they have, and like comedy clubs. They make bad deals. They make really bad deals. They go into a mall where they have to pay $30,000 a month to be in this mall. And then they try to take it out on the comics. And it's only the huge comics that it doesn't matter for them, because it's like I always say this: headliners change the ticket price. Like I can close the show and you're gonna get a great show, but you're not truly a star headliner until the ticket price is changed, because that's where they make their money. If a comedy club if it's usually $20 a ticket, and then so and so is coming into town, they change it to $50. Now that comedy club is still making that $20 that they were making, and not giving it to the comic the way they used to. Now they still got that, and that extra 30 is how they're going to pay this star comic the exorbitant amount of money that they're going to make. So, now we're going because of podcasting and because of doing direct to consumer entertainment, we're saying to our audience, hey, come to this little theater. And like comedy was booming before this happened, man. It was booming. Huge. Comics were doing theaters and they were all over the place. And I never thought something would shut it down. Here it is.
Shut it down, but as fast as it shut it, we didn't even get any breaks.
Yeah, man.
We didn't even get to slow down for the light. We just
I've come to like really enjoy this the time I've had off. I've come to enjoy it. I've gotten so close to my lady, and like I say, now we're engaged, and I've started to like prioritize what's important in my life, and I guess I needed this little break. I wish we had a world shutdown week every year. I mean, if you're a conspiracy theorist, and you believe in like the Illuminati and, Bill Gates and all those type people are in a room, and, they say, okay, so how can we get rid of people who have not been taking care of themselves? Let's make sure kids don't get affected. Let's get rid of fat and people with like these preconceived conditions that are like
old people.
Let's get rid of old people.
Pensions. Social Security.
Yeah, let's get rid of all this
resources.
Yeah, suck all the people sucking up resources. Let's wipe them out. And also check this. We can improve the environment at the same time.
Turtles.
Cleaner. Yeah, how can we do that? somebody said, "Well, I got an idea. There's this virus we can release." And then we can control it with fear and you know, I mean, I'm saying it sounds like a great movie. You know what I mean? It sounds like a great movie.
I was just talking about that with somebody, actually a big name comic, who called me a moron for actually coming up with that. I'm like, listen, I'm not saying it's true, but I'm just saying, saying that it would be, look at all the benefits that have happened to rivers and lakes and oceans.
The ozone closed up.
Right?
So I'm just saying we should have a week, like there should be a week all over the world where we just shut down. You can't go outside. You have to stay inside for a week every single year. It would do wonders for people, the environment,
it does wonders for people like us. But there are a lot of sick people out there that having to stand with their wives and kids, child abuse and domestic violence went up a lot since this has happened.
Yeah. No, of course. No, I know what you mean. Like, you know, that's why I said a week. Then it's like you got to send these people home and go to school and go to work. I mean, the divorce rate. The divorce rate is skyrocketing. The divorce rate is skyrocketing.
If you slap your wife in a week, you just didn't like your wife.
Yeah. Right. But a lot of people are they're divorcing. You know, like I know when like they talk. I saw that stat in China. Like the divorce rate is up 4 times the amount because during the quarantine. And I get that. Yeah. You're either in one or two states of your relationship. You're either like, wow, this is the person. I really, truly know I love this person because of how we are interacting during this quarantine. Or you're like, I'm going to kill this motherfucker, you know? I can't be around this person.
But no, what happened, I think, though, and look, it happens with me, too, is that you have, we've always been able to leave Thursday and come back Sunday. Or, you know, I'll come back Monday. And you build up this guilt and you actually miss them. So when you come back, it's like, let me devour them. Let me get them. And by the time you have to leave again, you're ready to go. It's like I go on vacation for 10 days. I tell my wife 10 days because if we go for 8, it's fine. But I want to stay more. If I stay 10, I want to go home. I'm ready to go. Right. I got you. I want to stay on vacation till I'm ready. I want to go back to my life. Yeah. You know what I mean?
But this wasn't a vacation. That's the thing too, though. There was no way to treat being at home like a vacation. So
but being around people that you're used to a certain thing, like I'm going away, you're going to school. Like, all right, my kid stays home from school 2 days a week. Okay. He would go to school Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We had from 8 o'clock until 3 o'clock to do our shit, to go back and take a nap, clean the house, go in the backyard, smoke a cigarette or talk to each other. Now we don't, that time was eliminated.
Yeah. I get it.
And when he goes 2 days a week, Thursday and Friday, it's like, oh, thank you, God. We need that. I love my kid. I love him, but you need that time.
You don't have to justify wanting to be away from your kid. We get it.
Oh, yeah. Everybody knows. I love being around. I feel the same way as you. I've gotten closer to my family. Yeah. I've actually enjoyed the one benefit of this whole thing is that I've realized that I love my life. I was always searching for, I was told I was supposed to be over there. I got to get to that. Well, hey, you know, when are you going to get there? And I'm like, I'm already there.
Yeah.
I don't have that house.
Yeah. You're happy with what you have because our life became trying to maintain and search for more as opposed to, we didn't take enough time to just enjoy these moments that we have. And that's where I'm at too. It's like, I really love my fiance and I'm looking forward to like what the future is going to bring. And I didn't think I was going to be like that. And I needed to be forced to just enjoy this.
Right. Know? Yeah. I actually, the one great thing is that I came out of this content. I was like, well, I'm fucking, I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I'm content and I don't desire I look it when this happened, I say it all the time. I don't want to repeat myself, but it was probably going to be the best year of my comedy ever. Stand-up comedy. Like, right. I mean, literally, I didn't have to worry about it. and in one day it was all taken away, and that hit me hard, and I didn't react right. I was really fucked up. But then all of a sudden, a month in, I realized I'm fine. I'm all right. I'm good.
I felt the same way too.
What's the worst that's going to happen? I'm going to move somewhere, get a smaller house, have to whatever, go to an apartment again. I still got my wife and kid. We're happy as shit. And I still can do stand-up comedy when this shit comes back.
Yeah, I felt the same way. Like I realized like I've always been a frugal guy. So like, all the like, I've done numerous TV shows and that kind of stuff. And I realized, I've always been someone that saved money. I always thought about, I don't know what the future is going to bring. So then like this kind of thing happens. I turn around and I go, oh, I got plenty of money in the bank. I don't necessarily, I'm not rich or anything, but I always make sure to take care of, so now these little jobs that I do and the little things that have come up, and then I could pivot into something else. I could take chances and take risks. And I was like, oh, you know what? I'm going to be okay. I've set myself up to succeed. So, and then that, enjoy life.
I had very little money in the bank. I'm dying right now in a vine. I have nothing. And, so I'm glad about that. I'm glad for you, but I am happy.
Yeah. No, please. What are you talking about? With those glasses?
Look it.
Those are the Zenny optical special. I know you got the good stuff.
I know I didn't have a ton of cash when I would have this year would have been the year where I would have been like socking some shit away.
But when you got a kid, it's different. So I was like single guy for all through me doing what I'm doing. So, it was just my expense was like, I got Clipper tickets and the rest of the money went in the bank. You know what I mean? So it's like, so I get it. When you have a kid, they go into school, you got, I don't know if your wife works. I don't know if she's one of those that I'm not going to work. I want to be a stay-at-home mom, whatever.
That's exactly what my wife is. And that's the voice she used.
Yeah. But I get that. You know what I'm saying?
I actually love that my wife did that. When we had the kid, I go, what are you going to do? She goes, I go, whatever you want. I'm behind. She goes, I'm staying home. I'm going to be a stay-at-home mom. I was like, fine, great. And it made me step my game up. It made me go from here to here. I was like, all right, I need to be here now. If we're going to live this life, I need to go here. And I stepped everything up. I believe that. I believe when you put yourself in a position where you have to, you will. At least for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fat JC just said that Bobby saved up bushcrafting skills. You know what, Fat JC, go fuck yourself. Because if I do have to get rid of my house and live in the woods, I'll know how to make a fucking lean-to.
That picture of that guy is exactly what I thought he would look like.
It's so close.
If you call yourself Fat JC, that is the picture of a Fat JC.
He really is a fucking ass. He's my nemesis in here.
His dimple was so big you could eat cereal out of that thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's
well, that's great. Dude, I'm glad you're staying in LA. I'm glad that you have that. You have that perspective because
I was born and raised here, man. This is my home. I'm not leaving my home. Yes, the taxes are too high and all that kind of stuff, but like where I live, I can't even move right now because like I live in like a townhouse. I'm renting, and so if I move now, my rent would like go up, whatever. So I'm like, I'm good at this level, because people always like buy a house. But what people don't realize, let's say your house mortgage is $3,000. All right, so you got the taxes, and you have to pay for your water, your lights, the trash. You have to pay for all these things. You're doubling whatever your mortgage is. It's like you're almost doubling it to live in that place. Well, then just go live in a nice, go live in a nice building where they take care of all that shit for you. It's all perspective.
Yeah, I mean, dude, owning a house is the smartest thing I ever did. Greg Fitzsimmons told me that years ago. He goes, the first money I got, I bought an apartment in New York City so I could own it. And the first money I got, Tourgasm money, not from Tourgasm, from the tour after. Because I didn't get paid anything for Tourgasm. Anyway, HBO.
Let me get Dane on the phone.
HBO 9 weeks, right after Sopranos, during the fucking prime of the Sopranos. I didn't get paid a fucking even SAG minimum. Anyways, paid for my own operation through my own insurance. Listen, Oh yeah,
because you hurt yourself during that filming.
Yeah, but they didn't have insurance, so I had to pay for it myself. Anyways,
You haven't been the same since, but go on.
Yeah, no, every time it rains, my fucking knee hurts and my nose tickles. But yeah, but we're good. Anyways, I bought my apartment in New York on 47th Street. Best thing I ever did. Because, and then when I sold it to buy this house, when I had the kid, there's something about owning your house. I agree with you though. I bought in an area where the taxes were lower than, in Westchester, and I bought a house underneath my means. I was looking at the house with the swimming pool and the theater room and all the shit, and I was like, well, let's get that house. And then I did the numbers. I always do the numbers like, okay, what if my career dies? I'm fucked. You know what I mean? I buy the house where my career, like 3 years before house, where I'm at, and that's what I did with this one. And
I just was like traveling so much and everything like that. I just never. It's just like I rather have my money being invested in the market and that kind of stuff than to be. It's like when people say own real estate, it's it's a second property that you make for profit, not the one that you're living in. Because like in California, you say you buy a house, right? And you're like, oh, buy a house. And 10 years later, it's worth this. Okay, but where are you going to live when you sell it? Because wherever the money you make, you have to put it into the new house, which is also 3 or 4 times more than, so are you really making? And then when you had to fix the roof, and then
I'll tell you, what's a fucking profitable thing right now? And I've been looking into it for a long time, is people are buying land in LA, which is cheaper, and putting these little tiny homes on them, and then Airbnb-ing them as Airbnb.
But these the rules are changing in certain neighborhoods and areas. You're not allowed to do that anymore.
What, Airbnb?
Yeah, there's certain they're trying to crack down on certain areas that can be done and how it can be done. It's like, I guess if I owned like a duplex or something, I wouldn't want to have anyone live in it. Just the whole thing be an Airbnb. I mean, that's right. The thing. That's the thing to do. But like in certain neighborhoods are cracking down because they don't like the constant traffic of different people coming in and out.
Yeah, well, fuck them. And here's the thing. I just watched this video on this guy who has a couple places in California, one in LA and one outside of LA. And people want that more than a hotel now. They want to go in, and even with the COVID, they don't give a fuck. They want to be in a little tiny home with nobody above them, next to them, on the side of them. It's better. You go in a hotel, you have to trust that the maid cleaned off the remote and that they took that pillowcase off.
Yeah.
But I'm looking into getting some land and getting some Airbnbs, getting some tiny homes, rent that fucker out.
I know. I get it. I mean, I understand. Like, I wish for my parents, they have a place that's like they bought this like townhouse condo, within, there's like 4 of them. They have one. And where it's located, I wish when they moved, because they moved to Spain for a few years, now they're in a retirement place, but they still own that. I look back on it and I was like, I should have said, let me take this over and just run an Airbnb out of that, and I'll send you, what do you guys want per month? Like whatever you're going to rent, I'll send you that and I'll keep the rest. You know what I mean? Because it would have been like so profitable. Like where it is, people getting, $250 a night for a place that, you could bring the whole family and be in a place. I mean, it's like, especially at the height of it. So it's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy right now. It's fucking nuts. But that's good that you stand out. I'm glad you're staying in LA. I hope the business comes back, and I hope you're the only comic left. And you rule the Comedy Store. Now the Comedy Store was on fire. The Laugh Factory, right? And
the Comedy Store was at a place that was
like with a Comedy Cellar,
legendary status. I mean, it's just the Comedy Store was at a level that I can't even explain. And I'm going to look back on that time and be like, oh, I'm so glad I was a part of that. I was in the heart of the lineup every night, but it'll never be the same. Not in my lifetime. Not when I'm still doing comedy, when I'm still relevant, Comedy Store will not be back to that. None of these places will. Not till New York's different because it's so compact and everybody's right there and all these people live there.
I don't know, dude. I mean, like, because I was thinking that the other day. I'm so grateful that I was in that era of the Comedy Cellar where it was, I mean, Jesus, they had 3 clubs in a block and a half radius.
Yeah.
They had 9 shows a night. I mean, there was so much creativity going on in the last 10, 15 years at the Comedy Cellar in New York. And I was a part of it. I was in the midst of it. I was always there. And now that that's over, it kind of breaks my heart.
I know. That's what I feel about the Comedy Store too. They got this documentary on Showtime right now, and I don't want to watch it because it feels like a funeral to me. You know,
Right?
It feels like a wake that we're talking about. You know, and so then now with everybody moving, and then all the all the stuff, and then in news, and it's just. It's like I don't know what, and then when the Comedy Store finally comes back, it's just going to be a lot of like casted lineups. It's not going to be about who's funny. They're going to be like, let's make sure we have 6 female comics and 2 Mexicans, 1 black, and a thing, so we can it's like it's going to and a thing or whatever, like the hodgepodge races. Let's make sure that we're we don't care about funny. We want to make sure that everybody feels good. It's going to be
do that though. You think
for sure. For sure, man. For sure.
That makes it sound, go back to the conspiracy theory, it makes it sound like a slate cleaning. Like, just let's fucking clean the fucking table off and start over in every aspect.
I mean, I feel like that's exactly what happened, though. It's like a hard reset. It's like that. It's like that scene. You know what it is? It's like Jurassic Park. You know what I mean? We had to turn it off and on, and somebody left the Velociraptor cages open, and we have to reset the whole park again. But it's like, whoa, you can't just reset. The T-Rex is going to get out, and so that's what's kind of happening right now. People are like, I'm probably on the glass half empty spectrum of this right now, and I'll probably rotate forward when things eventually start up again. But I don't think it's going to be a good restart. I think it's going to be a lot of like, who are we? What are we? Let's look back and be like, do we want to do it the same way we did it before? And it's like, here we are. It's like,
you're right, because they're doing that in movies. They already said the movies from now on, you cannot make a movie that will be eligible for an Oscar or an award unless we deem that it's racially equal.
Don't even get me started right now. I mean, at least it's actually more intense than that, so there's room for wiggle room, because when I first read that, I was like,
Eric, I'm sorry. Do you have a "Don't Get You Started" button on your screen?
I should. He's been holding that one in for like a week, for the last 30 minutes. You know what I mean? Will you just sit back and be the producer, motherfucker?
Watch out! You know what?
That was like a bad heckle in a comedy club. No, but the see, now I lost my train of thought. What were we talking about?
Dude, it's not our fault if you fucking lose your train.
Look at you two now ganging up on me now, mister.
I'm not ganging up on you.
Okay, so now, you know what? Here we go. This is it. I got to put it on now. This is a nightmare.
I didn't say nothing. He's the one who said something.
You're talking about movies having to.
The Oscars thing. Like, so when I first read that, I was so outraged by this, because this is like what people try to do. They try to like make themselves feel better by coming up with some. Look, you can't legislate how people feel about other people. You can't legislate like. You can't be racist. I can't be. There's a law that you can't be racist. You can't legislate how people feel and what they're, Yeah. So now with this law, can a movie like 1917 be made? This is, it's like, now we can't make this movie because it's all white people. Yes, because at the time they made this movie, it was all white people. Okay, right. So what are you supposed to do? But I realize you look at it further. They're talking they're not just talking about on screen. They're talking about off screen. And I could be on board with that. But
what do you mean? Oh, you mean just in general?
Yeah, they're not just talking about they're not just talking about you have to. No, they're saying that you have to make sure that it's not just on screen. It's the 4 categories, and one of the categories is you have to make sure that, hey, the key grip, that person can be black or Latino or.
The way you get out of it, if you want an all white movie, is just to make the crew black.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, that is exactly it. But
then the movie's gonna be late every day.
But here we go.
I'm kidding.
catered by a Pollo Loco too. You want to keep going with it? Because like for me, like, you know, you watch a movie, like I get tired of the white guilt movies that have to come out every single year. You know, they have to have the white guilt movie. You know, it's like, so whatever slave movie comes out, that's to remind you motherfuckers what you did, you know? And it's you know, but now you go, all right, so, but here's a problem. Any period piece, say any movie that's based before, say, 1975, if it doesn't have racism involved in it, it's not real. So then you get to the point where you just want, let's just make science fiction movies. That's you know, because it's like, these are the only stories that we know how to tell. It's like, how are you going to have a movie like this? So then another way to get out of things too is you go, hey, if you're a white producer and you just want to make white movies, you go, all right, well, let's make a Civil War movie, or let's make this is on a farm in like London and in 1857.
Make a moonshine movie.
Yeah, we don't have to make a movie. We don't have to worry about other things, because we can do this. I mean, there's just so many different. So that I get the sentiment of what they're trying to do. I get the sentiment of like inclusion and let's involve everyone, and it is important. I'm not taking that away. I mean, see, listen, I'm a person of color, so when I hear, like, say, for instance, white female comics, when they're starting to, like, you know, raise up and talk shit, I go, yo, you need to slow it down. You can't, don't lump me in. I can't stand the lumping in of all like male, this term male comedians, and hey, you weren't helping me. You weren't helping me. You were propping up the white comic that the whole time. So you weren't on my side. You weren't trying to help. I had to bust my ass to get here. So don't lump me in with male comedians. Like I can't.
I hate it when they take.
I can't stand that.
Swipe over everybody. It's like you told us we can't do that years ago, and now that's all it is. Male comedians. And it's so fucked up because there's a lot. I mean, that gap that used to exist doesn't really exist anymore. Every show I'm on, there's a lot of female comics on it. Every show on TV has female comics on it. You know what I mean? You look at anything Comedy Central does, I guarantee it's half females.
Well, they're casting though. That's what they do.
Casting, but see, even at a club,
they'll be an Asian. They'll be like, they want to make sure they're inclusive.
When you go to the Comedy Cellar, there's a ton of female comedians there. You go to the Stand, there's more female comedians. You know, that's why I love Noam, the owner of the Comedy Cellar. He got into this shit. They were trying to cast him as a racist and a misogynist. And you don't have enough women. You don't have enough women of color or people of color. And one of the girls was like, I work here and you don't. He goes, well, you work here. Would you rather work here because you're funny, because you're a woman and you're black? And she said, because I'm funny. That's why you work here. I don't care about your vagina or that your skin color. I only care that you're funny.
Yes, but then that, just to be devil's advocate with that though, is like, this has not become about who's funny and who's not and whatever. It's about people getting the opportunity to show that they're funny or not. And that's really what the issue has become in the past.
No. He gives the opportunity to anybody, and she got the opportunity and she's funny. So I respect that he only, for the most part, books people or passes people at that club because you had your 5 minutes and you did it. You were funny. Yeah. Where other clubs don't do that. And you said yourself, when we come back, it's going to be a different ball game. And look,
it is going to be different. I think it's going to be different. I think there's going to be a lot of unfunny stuff going on for a while in the attempt to try to make people feel good. And then we're going to have another swing back where it's like talent will rise to the top, and that will be whoever it is,
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you go check him out on his gaming channel. What is that button again?
Erik Griffin Gaming.
I want that so bad.
And that's actually on Twitch and YouTube. I also I'll be streaming in a little while on YouTube, Erik Griffin Gaming, and so you can check that out, because I premiere my podcast today, and then I go on. And then I game on my other channel. So it's Riffin with Griffin, which is Erik Griffin Comedy on YouTube. And then,
just a fucking hilarious guy. and one of my favorite, I mean, seriously, man, out of the LA guys that I've always met, you've always been nice to me, but you've always been fucking funny, hilarious.
Thank you very
And
much.
you're a down to earth guy. And I just really I love talking.
There's my shitty podcast with no calendar dates. Because I'm not doing any comedy.
Go to the schedule. Is that his dates right there? The schedule?
Yeah, there's no dates because I have no dates. I'm not doing any comedy on the road because I'm in LA. It's hard. It's not worth when you're on the East Coast or you're in Middle America, say you're in Chicago or something. Yeah. It's a lot easier to be like, oh, let me hop on this flight to Florida for $125 and get less money from a place. For me, it's like I ain't flying across the country for half the money that I was getting before when I can just stay at home and game.
Yeah, but you know what? I do that for some clubs that I love because they need us to help them right now. Well, you know what I mean? I mean, there's a couple clubs that are like, I don't want to see certain clubs die. So I've actually gone in at what I would go in for a couple of days. I'll go in on the Thursday and let them make that money if they can.
I understand.
So they can stay afloat. But I've turned down a lot of clubs too that I'm like, no, fuck you. It's not worth it.
Yeah. Well, for me, it's like, I don't know what relationships I have with certain clubs anyway, because like they weren't trying to help me when I needed work. You know what I mean?
I love you. I love you. You have the vendettas of an Italian.
Yeah, dude. I'm just saying like they weren't, I'm just talking about, it's like, come on. Like they were like, help us out. Yeah. Oh, you want me to help you out? But you were like not counting the room properly. Now you want me to help you out. You want to help me out, but like, you're not paying this feature enough money. And now all of a sudden, hey, help us. It's like, nah, it's like these club owners, they pull up in their Mercedes Benz. They act, we're not making any money, man. Oh, no money's happening this week. Then you're talking to them and they get so comfortable and they're like, yeah, I'm fixing the roof on my house and we're going on vacation. You ain't making no money. Remember, you're not making money. So all of a sudden now you're making all this money. Like, shut the fuck up.
I was at Side Splitters years ago when I first started going there. And I was
in Tampa. Don't even get me started about that guy. Rest his soul. No,
he's still alive.
Well, I thought he died. Oh, no, you know who I'm thinking of? I'm thinking of the Kansas City guy because they're the same guy.
Oh, yeah. Same guy. Exactly. But Bobby, we were walking up and he's like, yeah, we're not selling tickets. Money's tight. And then I just went, is that the new convertible Mercedes? He's like, yeah, I want to take a ride. Yeah, I was like, okay.
He is a nut bag. Okay. That dude would put he wants you to stay in his little shit condo, Yeah,
I don't do that.
Yeah, I was like, I refuse. And then it was this whole thing. Billy Gardell had to call him and be like, put Erik in the hotel.
yeah, dude. And
then the hotel was shit. And the hotel was shit,
Well, hang on, stop, because Mush is going there with me next week and he's staying in the condo. Mush, it's not bad. I'm just better than you.
Oh, bring some Clorox wipes. That's all I'm saying.
All right, buddy. Well, listen.
The toxic people. Good. All right, guys. It's good to see you guys.
I'll see you on Twitch, and maybe me and you will battle it out in a couple months. Fuck, I want one. All right, buddy.
And I also have this for people too. Be right back. Thanks for watching. That's when I got to go to the bathroom. When I have to take my Pepsi AC, I go. All right, man. You guys are great. Talk to you guys soon. All right.
Thank you.
No problem.
That was fun, man. He's great.
That was awesome. We still have the names to read.
Let's read the names, baby.
Here we
go. Now, first of all, I want to thank everybody on Patreon. I want to thank all the ladybugs that are watching. YKWD. Hang on. Now that's disgusting. I want to thank everybody that came out to the show. Chris and JC. What a show Saturday night. It was good to be back on stage, and it was great to watch a master Ron Bennington just go up and do his thing. And of course, Rich Voss and Jim Florentine stopped by, and we hung out at the end, and we trashed each other and had a fucking great time. So it was great. Everybody that came out to Lakewood Blue Claw Stadium, thanks so much. And make sure you go to sidesplitters.com. We are going to be there Wednesday night doing it live. Calter and Kelly, Mush and Joe Russell will be there, and Austin will be there. Don't interrupt me. And we'll be there on Wednesday night, unless it's important and I'm fucking up. And we're going to have a blast. Go ahead. What are you going to say?
No, I just want to make sure you're giving because it comes out on Sunday. So yeah. So you're correct. That's why I didn't keep going.
I was. All right. So make sure you buy your tickets, sidesplitter.com. I have another date going up today. So check my website, robertkellylive.com, for any dates I do have. They'll be up there. And as I cancel some of them, I apologize if they're up there, but some of them will be getting canceled. And what else, Mush?
Oh, well, make sure you follow us at YKWD Dude Podcast. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And make sure you're liking, subscribing, doing all of that stuff, commenting. Let us know what you like. Let us know what you don't like. You've been doing a lot of that, but even more of what you like lately, and we love that too.
I thought they chilled out with what they don't like.
No, I mean, there's some people who are always going to say what they don't like. But you know what? As long as you're letting us know, it's fine.
Can we get rid of them?
No, they're not being rude. They're just being honest. They're not.
What don't they like? The shows have been great the last 4 or 5 weeks.
Some people don't like certain on-air talent.
Oh, Gabby.
But
they hate Gabby. All right.
Some people do. But
just know
there's been a lot of people defending her too. So
just know that I keep Gabby because it makes you mad. All right, let's go.
So, but yeah, and also,
yes, patreon.com/Robert Kelly. You guys who are a member of this, if you like the podcast, if you want, look, we get thousands of views every week. We get 19,000 subscribers and more. Please go to patreon.com/Robert Kelly. Become a member. $5, $10, $25. You pick whatever you want. You get a ton of stuff. Calter and Kelly's up there. Only Friday episode. And you get to come to the jerk off party where you get to hang out with us on Saturday night in a Zoom meeting. The only podcast to hang out with its fans live every Saturday night. And also you get the extra 10 on YKWD, and you get live YKWD Calter and Kelly every single day, unedited, right to you. So that is it for a price of a cup of coffee. Go to patreon.com/Robert Kelly and become a member and become part of my community. And here we go. And I will also read your name off. Dang it. Oh no, I see a lot of 10s. Gabe Clear, $10. Oh, that didn't work. Yeah. Bow, bow, bow. $10. Michael Arnold. Bow, 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 bow. $10. And then Amanda Elliott. Thank you for being a member. Bow. $5, right? And then we got Christian Kolofkoff. Christian Kolkoff. Bow, 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 bow. Matt Clifton Hirschritz. Kellen Park. Pow, 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 pow. $10. You get fireworks. You got Patty. Oh, Patty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You get Fernando Hedegalago. Thank you for being a member. ES. 10 of those. John, $5. Thank you very much. Turner. You get that. 10 of those. Joseph Borges. Matthew Brunger. Is that Matt Brunger, the one we know?
No, it's Matt Brugner.
Oh, nice talking to you. What's up, Matt? And Jason Frank. I want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this. Patreon.com. This is what I'm doing during the pandemic. I'm in here doing shows for you guys every single day almost. And I think you like it. It's a fun show. It's not too heady. It's not too crazy. We talk about serious stuff, but we're really here to have a laugh. Oh, that was fucking a good show. Eric was so fun.
Eric's amazing. He's a lot of fun.
I really like Eric. I've always liked him, and he's so honest.
Yeah.
And I mean, Jesus Christ, makes me laugh. She's been asking herself for that for years. What do we got over here? Let's talk to Melissa. Love you too. Greg Shepard, soon to be on Twitch. You fucking Barbie, get on Twitch, you cocksucker, and fucking play the games. I'll be on there. Fat JC, he's Borges. you motherfucker. What if Patty is a boy? Hey, I don't know. What are you going to do? Of course, we have Stan on. Awesome show, guys. Thank you so much. And Chris, Lou, Greg, Sarah, all you fucks in there. Thank you. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Calter and Kelly, new episode. You know what, dude? We'll see you next week.
You've been listening to the YKWD podcast. Thanks for listening. Now go back to your shitty jobs.